Hi, Sean here from Cine Talk. Today I want to review I Saw the Devil, which is a Korean crime thriller horror film. Is I think in the UK will be released on the 29th of April. It's been out in most other continents, but in the UK 29th of April. So I Saw the Devil is directed by the guy who directed Tale of Two Sisters, and A Bittersweet Life. The only other two films that I've seen of his name is Ji Woon Kim, and it stars uh, Min Sik Choi, who's most famous for his role in Old Boy. He was in the one of the other Vengeance trilogy, Lady Vengeance, and it also stars. I think it's I can't pronounce his name. Brian Byung Hung Lee, I think his name is, and he was in JSA, which I think is the only other film that. Oh no, he was also in GI Joe, but I haven't seen GI Joe. But I remember reading he's also in GI Joe. So I Saw the Devil. Quick premise: a special agent or secret agent, I think, is he is his wife is killed by a serial killer. She was, the last victim or the latest victim, sorry, of this serial killer, played by Min Sik Choi. And he wants revenge, so it's just a cop thriller revenge film. But he doesn't want to just find the killer, make him suffer for a bit, and then kill him. He wants to make him suffer for as long as possible. So it becomes kind of this cat and mouse chase movie where he catches up with him, tortures him for a bit, lets him live, leaves it for a bit, catches up with him, tortures him for a bit, and it's pretty insane. Now, for fans of Korean cinema, especially this type of vengeance, torture porn, Korean cinema, nothing's going to be really more than you've actually seen before in another film. But for audiences who haven't experienced um, what Korean cinema can offer in terms of how far they can push the lines and the boundaries of torture, this might come as a bit of a shock. Surely, like, you might feel like you've been tamed to torture porn by films like Hostel and the Source franchise, um, but the one thing about I Saw the Devil is that it's so. I mean, the whole films are totally character driven, and they're played by these. They're played phenomenally by these actors who you don't see in other films. And I'm not saying it because, I think that films with subtitles are better. That's not true. I actually find most films with subtitles really boring, and I always have a problem in Korean cinema is that I find that they suffer from really bad third acts and really drawn out long endings. This film doesn't have any of that. Much like the Vengeance trilogy, or even though I do feel that those three films do suffer from what I call third act Korean syndrome, but not as much as some others. Uh, it's they're very much like that. It's very much like it's very tight. It runs at about 141 minutes. I didn't find it boring at all in those 141 minutes. I thought the cast was excellent. You know, Min Sik Choi is such a talented actor. You might feel like he's being typecasted a bit in this role, but he plays this um, hate-filled serial killer so well, um, and it becomes how much can the secret agent dish out, and how much can the serial killer take, and when they come to blows is pretty amazing. It's beautifully photographed. Um, the soundtrack, as usual for a lot of Korean films, is this beautifully devastating um, piano pieces that sort of crescendo with the action and the suspense perfectly. They're like married up so well. And overall, this is the best film that I've seen this year. That's just how I feel. It absolutely had me gripped from beginning to end, and in fact, I watched the last half an hour of this film twice, um, simply because it 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 just felt like pure brilliance. It was such a relief after so many crappy films lately. Um, this film did come as a relief to watch, and it was brilliant, and I loved it. I loved every minute. Favorite film so far of this year. I Saw the Devil. When you get a chance to see it, check it out, and I'll be putting up a full review on cinetalk.tv later this evening.